What's up, everybody? My name is John. Thank you for joining us at MSM. You know I'm here. I'm here for you. You're watching this on the day that it is, and I'm glad to be part of that. High five. Go ahead. Touch the screen. Boop. That's for you. Okay. So we've been kind of talking about this idea of salt and light and, being connected with God, this whole overarching story, right? So the first week we talked a little bit about salt and light. How you could see a candle from like a long time away or like 30 miles away in perfect conditions. How like potato chips, they are really, really bad if there's no salt, but if you have a regular chip with salt on it, delicious. All right, so when Jesus talks about being salt and light, he's saying like bring light to the world, bring flavor to the world. You don't want to have a boring conversation. You want to have flavorful conversation. You don't want to be like wrapped up in darkness. You want to be like a light. Second week we talked about being connected to God, right? And how we can be connected to the creator of the universe, the person who created everything, right? God created all of it, everything down to like the atoms in this computer, myself, everything. So God created all of that. We talked about how we can have a connection with him. And this week we're talking about how all that stuff kind of comes together. So we talked about light and darkness. We talked about connection. And today we're going to talk about this idea of Jesus being the light of the world and how we can be part of that. So Jesus gives us this promise of light, and we've kind of talked about light, darkness. I remember one time as a kid, I was so scared. I'm not going to lie to you. I still am a little bit scared when it's like you're going to bed at night, you got to turn all the lights off in the house, and it's like there's that last light where you're like, and click, and then you run as quick as you can. You jump into bed so the monsters don't get your feet. Yeah, we know there's no monsters, right? But there's something creepy about being in the dark, right? Jesus is the light, all right? We know that it's better to be in the light than in the dark. It's just the way we feel as humans. So Jesus comes and he says, I am the light. Now, in the book of John, we're going to be looking at a couple different things here, a few different Bible verses today. In the book of John 1:5, it says, John Chapter 1, verse 5, there we go, I didn't want to confuse anybody. It says, the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. This is talking about Jesus, but we don't actually have that part of the story yet. It's talking about Jesus. It says, Jesus has conquered the darkness, right? Jesus has defeated death, and he's won. All right, let's say it again. Jesus has conquered darkness, he's defeated death, and he's won, and that's awesome. So if we're talking about darkness as death, Jesus is light and life. In John 8, verse 12, John chapter 8, verse 12, it says, Jesus spoke to the people again, and he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. All right, now that's kind of comforting to me with like the flipping off the lights and running to the bed, jumping in, and make sure monsters don't get my feet, right? If Jesus is the light of the world, and if I'm with Jesus, his light is with me all the time, right? Even when it feels like I'm walking in darkness, even when it feels like I'm lost and confused, even when it feels like the world is kind of crashing down around me and I'm not sure what to do, I know that Jesus is in my heart, and I know that Jesus is with me, providing that light from the darkness. So Jesus tells us that we can be part of this, right? All right, and when we accept Jesus, we accept his light, we actually become a new creation in Jesus, right? Kind of weird to think about a little bit because I still feel like me, but I'm actually new. I have Jesus' light inside of me. Now, 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, and the new is here. All right, so when we think about this idea, we're with Jesus. We're not even the people who used to be scared of the dark and run and get to jump in bed and make sure monsters don't get your feet. We get to be the light of Jesus in the world. All right, I say we get to because that's a super cool opportunity, right? It's not we have to do this or we might want to someday do this. We get to do this right now. And that's really, really neat because that light that lives in our hearts, that light that could live in your heart if you don't know who Jesus is, it actually can go to other people. So if we think about a fire, right? I got a candle here, a candle here. This candle's not lit, this candle is lit. This candle has light, this candle's in darkness. You get it, right? Boom, you can actually spread your light to the other candle. You can spread your light to other people in the world. And that's a really cool concept, right? When I spread that light, this candle doesn't have less fire. This candle just gets the fire, right? There's enough of Jesus to go around. It's a really awesome thing that we get to be part of. Now, this week, here's what I want you guys to look at, right? Where these candles, the world is dark, it needs Jesus. How can we spread our light, the light of Jesus that's in us on this candle, to other candles, okay? When you go about your week this week, when you go about your life, when you're thinking about your everyday interactions with people, could be friends, could be people at grocery stores, could be people at wherever it is, even online, all right? Could be anybody. When you're interacting with people, I want you to kind of think to yourself, like, does this person have the light of Jesus? And kind of find ways to spread that light, okay? Find ways to share your light of Jesus with other people. All right, that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you so much. We love you. Thanks for tuning in. Bye! Monster's got my feet. I'm going to be Todd. Hey everybody, let's join us here. Thanks for joining us at MSM today. Good to see you here. If you haven't been looking, we're here today to show everybody what we're doing. Cool.